Right here, right now, 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 right here, right now.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Fly Like an Eagle podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Megger, along with Zach Harris to my right and Trevor from the Upper Bowl podcast, Mr. Harris, the Harris Twins. We are here to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Cincinnati Bengals this week number 3. I know some of you guys have checked out, but our job is to be checked in all the time because we're Philadelphia Eagles fans. Even though some of us thinks the team sucks, some of us don't have hope on the season. We're here to give you entertainment every single week because we all know COVID sucks, and that's just what we're here to do. But I'm going to start the show by asking the fans out there, not only just the Harris Twins, asking the fans out there, what is your confidence level on the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz right now? He's been getting bashed by the media. He got bashed by Colin Cowherd today for wearing his hat backwards. He's getting paid $100 million. I think it's $109 million guaranteed over 4 years, which is a boatload of money. He made the top 10 in Forbes list when it comes to athletes. I just want to get your personal thoughts and opinions on the quarterback because I've been talking smack about this guy for the last 2 years, and I'm just drained mentally over it, and I don't want to talk about him anymore. It just seems to me like everyone is shifting their attention to Jalen Hurts after week 2, and it sucks because you look at the stat from Donovan McNabb back in 2003. He started actually more poor than Carson Wentz has this season. And they went on to go to the NFC Championship game and went on to have a 12-4 record. So I want to see if history can repeat itself. We do start with the Bengals this week. The Bengals are a very trash team, but they have Mr. Joe Burrow. And, Joe Burrow looked great against the Cleveland Browns. Now, they did lose to Tyrod Taylor. I understand that. They lost to Tyrod Taylor week 1 at home because of a mistake. I understand. Still lost to Tyrod Taylor. Not very good. And, so without further ado, Harris, how you guys doing tonight?
I have more faith in Mitch Trubisky, seeing if he could pull out a win versus the Atlanta Falcons right now. That's what I'm more interested in right now. This Eagles team makes me want to put me to sleep or just put Sunday Ticket on because they don't deserve any of my attention right now. I know they're 1-2. The season's still young. People are saying that, but this team stinks. Fire Howie Roseman. I've said it already in a few of the Eagles posts already today. So I have fans want to kill me today. So please hit me with your best fucking shot right now.
Here, Zach.
I'm going to take the optimistic point of view because I always do. I'm going to go with 10 out of 10 because, honestly, what else do we have? It's either Carson Wentz or nobody. For those of you that think Jalen Hurts is actually going to come in and start in front of Carson Wentz, I got some harsh reality. That ain't happening.
No.
Sorry.
When you're paying a guy $109 million guaranteed, the word guaranteed over 4 years, you're not just going to ditch him. Now, I do have a saying tank for Trevor because I would love nothing more than to have Trevor Lawrence be a Philadelphia Eagle because the guy's the next Joe Montana. He's going to be great. But the problem is if we do suck that much, we're still going to roll with Carson Wentz no matter what because we have him stuck with guaranteed money, which means we probably go after Jamar Chase. But it's just crazy to me because I'm looking at this team up and down the roster. Now, you're getting Alshon Jeffrey back this week, probably, because he's been practicing. You're going to get back a healthy Alshon Jeffrey, which is actually big because I personally think he's the best wide receiver on the roster still. And you don't know how the tide can turn when it comes to that. But then you look on the other side of the ball. You look at the defense, and you're like, this defense isn't getting any pressure to the quarterbacks. And people like Joe Burrow with Tyler Boyd, with A.J. Green, washed up.
A.J. Green.
Yeah, washed up A.J. Green. Giovanni Bernard, Joe Mixon. there's some playmakers. There's some playmakers, guys. And honestly, I don't know what to think because once again, if our pressure cannot get to Joe Burrow, I feel like he's gonna have another field day. I really do. I don't think he's a rookie. I don't.
Have you seen their offensive line?
No, I really haven't. I don't watch a lot of Bengals football. I mean, I probably should have done a little bit.
They stink. That's the only thing that's like holding me up. It's like the offensive line for the Bengals stink.
Right.
They can't block. They can't protect anybody. They haven't been the same since Andrew Whitworth has left, or Clint Bowling, or Kevin Zeitler. That's how bad the offensive line has been bad. How bad it's been since those three guys have left. They tried throwing in Cordy Glenn. He sucked in 2017. They tried everything. They brought back Andrew, someone from Alabama was a tackle. He sucked too. So it's a never-ending factor. The offensive line for the Bengals stink. It's always been horrible or like somewhat decent. It's like the Arizona Cardinals. You can't be guaranteed. You can be like satisfactory, okay offensive lineman. You don't get a good one. You don't get a bad one. It's like satisfactory or decent.
Yeah, but Trevor, what about our offensive line? Like you look at it, I mean, you're giving Carson Wentz some time. Like he gets 4 to 5 seconds to throw probably on every other play, maybe every other third play, possibly, and he still does nothing with the ball. But our offensive line is kind of banged up right now. And when you say their offensive line stinks, I also saw their offensive line actually put together enough work to where Joe Burrow looked actually pretty decent last week. I'm not gonna lie, it was the Cleveland Browns, but my one friend actually has the Cleveland Browns beating us, and this was before the season even started. So it's a weird game to me because I'm looking up and down the roster. Should we beat them? Yes. Do we need to beat them? Yes. Because if we don't beat the Bengals, who are we going to beat? Let's be honest. All right. The Vegas line's 4.5, and I just don't know what to think. I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, yes, we're going to lose this game because the Cincinnati Bengals, they're not good. They're not a good football team. The LA Rams, you made what's his face? Jared Goff look like Joe Montana out there, Tom Brady out there, and he's good. He's not great. We all know this, And Sean McVay made us look like made us his little bitch last week. So I don't know what to think. I really don't. Zach, you got to help me out here.
The only good thing right now is that Geno Atkins or Mike Daniels doesn't look like they're going to play this weekend. That's the only hope that's going on. It doesn't look like they're going to be playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zach, help me out here.
Oh, Mr. Positivity, help us out.
Mr. Positivity. After week 1, we've seen the OBJ and Baker Mayfield divorce, and we all know how that worked out because that Thursday night game, you've seen them connect. I'm hoping that this is just what the doctor ordered for Carson Wentz, and he can get on a little bit of a roll, even if it's like we've seen with the Green Bay Packers game where it was like one of those early must-win games. They got the running game going early, and Carson Wentz did enough to lead them to the victory. It was sealed off a tip interception. I think we're going to get the same kind of game because Bengals' run defense is terrible. Their passing offense is decent, but it's vulnerable, as you said. The Browns game. So I think this is just what the doctor ordered for Carson Wentz to get back on track. Everybody has 2 bad games in a row. Maybe not this putrid, but this could be exactly what the Eagles need before they get into a really difficult part of their schedule after this Bengals game.
Yeah, I mean, after this Bengals game, you go on and play the San Francisco 49ers, and God damn, I don't even want to look ahead to that because that's a guaranteed L in my book. This is a tough game to predict because, even if we do win this game by 3 points, it's a win. But it's like one of those wins that it's like it doesn't really bring you back in because it's the Cincinnati Bengals. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those previews that you have to do, but you don't necessarily want to because you feel it's a waste of time no matter what, And it's tough to get fired up for a game like this. Like, especially when you start off the season 0-2. The Washington football team looked horrible, so they beat you. And it's tough to get jacked up for this game. It really is. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's Cincinnati Bengals. I'm supposed to go to Xfinity Live to watch this game. It's free alcohol, free food because my friend got the ticket. I'm not pumped for it. I'm sorry, Eagles fans. I'm not. And, usually I'm itching to get football. I am. Like, I want to go out there and watch the Miami-Jacksonville Jaguars game right now. Some people are like, oh, why do you want to watch that game? I love football. That's why I want to watch that game,
I watch the game personally.
Someone just
That's the
asked me,
best game of the weekend.
will I be putting $1,000 on the Eagles again? No, I will not.
I will say this: the Eagles do not deserve to be getting one bet from anybody.
No.
They can't cover.
And guess what? You know what's going to happen? They're not going to get one bet from somebody, and they're going to blow the Bengals out. That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
Because that's how Vegas wins.
Do you guys want to know the last time the Bengals and Bengals history? Do you want to know the last time they've won?
2000.
1,000.
Do you want to know the year before that?
What?
1997, the famous EDP game, the Bobby Hoyne game.
Bobby Hoyne.
When's the last time they didn't lose to the Bengals?
Didn't lose? Oh, 2008.
Yep.
It was a tie game.
The McNabb game?
Yep.
Yes.
Donovan McNabb. I didn't know it was a tie.
I didn't know you could tie.
It was against Mr. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yep, that was the last
Great knowledge. I was about to say, who's that quarterback? He's actually playing in this game right now.
Wow.
Yep. Harvard grad.
And I was at the last one in Cincinnati in 2016. That was a shit show, and it's the classic when Twitter blew up. Kyle, do you remember a guy named Paul Turner?
Mr. Paul Turner, that's the practice squad guy.
Yes.
Everyone loved.
Yes.
Yep.
And this is the wideout group. It was Nelson Aguilar, Bryce Treggs, DGB, and Paul Turner.
Mr.
Oh,
Paul
my
Turner.
God.
And you know, the best one was everyone loved Dorial Green Beckham. And I went into the season, I'm like, why was it so easy to pick him up? And then all of a sudden you see him playing, you're like, oh, that's why. The guy sucks. It's a travesty. How overrate how the fans in this fan base overrate the players. It's a travesty.
Pick a play. No, pick a team in the city. You can pick it out easily.
Yeah.
Or how the Eagles underrate players and get rid of them, like Dennis Kelly, like Jordan Poyer.
Oh, by the way, guys, since we're a little bit over 10 minutes into the show, we want to announce that you guys can call in on our personal hotline. Voice your displeasure if you think we're going to win this week, if you think you're going to lose this week, or if you just want to talk about us and how you hate us or love us. I don't even care. If you hate me, just go ahead. Say it. I don't care. Just call in. It helps the show. And, yeah, we'll throw that number out for you whenever.
Don't call and say you hate me because I hate me.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, with that being said, Mr. Colin Cowherd today had a lot to say about Carson Wentz. He put on a backwards cap and pretty much made fun of him for wearing a backwards cap as a $100 million man. The franchise quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, I made fun of him. And I wish we had the audio to that because I just want you guys to hear this travesty.
I heard it. I will say this. This is like recycled material. I feel like I've seen this. I feel like I've seen this already before. Someone with the hat backwards thing.
Right.
This is literally 2011 or 12. He did this. So yeah. I will say this, and maybe if Colin Cowherd's listening, or if he has a pair, maybe he'll listen, or maybe he'll respond to me on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Come up with new material that's not like 11 years old. Be better for real. Like it's. I feel like I've heard this already from you. Just shut the bleep up.
Do you honestly think that he's going to shut up?
No, I wish if we could choose one person to lead off the internet or like the world between him and Skip Bayless, it's just such an easy one for me. I didn't see Colin Cowherd out of my life because his takes are stupid and he's horrible at gambling.
Yeah. He also said that Carson Wentz is one of his most he thinks he could have the most consistency, longevity when it comes to being a quarterback in the NFL. And now he's like making fun of him for wearing a backwards hat. Like
it's water is wet, just another day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He used to do it all the time with Romo. Yeah, and Romo, in my opinion, sorry guys, trigger alert, Romo was a great quarterback, just with a bad team. Imagine if we had Tony Romo.
He had a lot more comeback victories than people realize.
Yeah, look at his quarterback rating. That's like Hall of Fame worthy right there. It really is. It's like in the hundreds.
I was a Cutler guy. I thought he was hilarious. I'm a big smoking Jay.
Cutler.
I was a smoking Jay guy. I love the meme. Biggest thing ever. I love his pouty look.
Funny. Tell you that.
I'm a big pouty guy, so I have a small spot for Jay Cutler. Whatever he does. We are missing out currently him calling football games. That needs to come back. I need Jay Cutler back in my life.
By the way, there is a bet out there that you would risk 25 to win 75 if the Eagles were to score a touchdown. And I was actually making a joke on Twitter saying that it's too much of a risk. I'm not going to lay $25 for 75 because I don't think we're going to score a touchdown. I think we're going to score a touchdown. I was just being goofy. And this guy asks if it's really a risk. It's free money. We're going to score a touchdown. If the Eagles don't score a touchdown this week, there is a problem there. There's a big problem there. So, yeah, that's
I will have a reason to not watch an Eagle game this year. I'll probably throw in the Sunday ticket again.
Do you know Jeff Schumacher, Zach?
No. Good old Jeff, big-ass Cowboys fan.
Yeah, yes, he was laughing a lot. I'm a big Roman guy.
Hey, Jeff, who throws a better deep ball, Drew Henson or Quincy Carter? Answer that.
Quincy Carter. I love Quincy Carter.
My Washington football team is better than the Eagles.
You guys got blown up by Arizona, and Arizona covered anyways, so you can have that.
Yeah. I mean, we did lose to them, so I can't really say anything.
They were good for a half of a game.
Yeah, it was half a little bit too much for us.
Yep.
So, Zach, you got that number?
1.5. Yeah. It's if you want to call in, 518-539-4911.
518-539
4911.
4911. All right, we'll throw that up in the chat. You guys can call in and voice your displeasure or whatever you want to do. But when it goes to the defensive side of the ball for the Philadelphia Eagles, what do they have to do to really create? I don't want an easy game. I don't want I want a stress-free game. You know, I want the defense to come to play. I want them to shut down the Cincinnati Bengals, and I want near a shutout because I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of the fucking Eagles looking like a bitch-made team. And I don't want to hear, oh, they didn't have a preseason. Nobody had a preseason, all right? I just want this team to come play, I just want them to be prepared. And it just doesn't seem like they were prepared the last 2 weeks. And that falls on the coaches. And everyone wants to go and blame Jim Schwartz for not having the defense ready to play. No one wants to blame Doug, even though he's the offensive coordinator and the play caller. Everyone just wants to blame Carson Wentz, who they would be the last person they'd blame last year. They'd like to blame Jim Schwartz and Howie Roseman. Well, I'm already out on Howie Roseman. By the way, we're going to have T-shirts coming in. It's going to have a big old Howie out hashtag across. So we'll send that out as our first merch shirt, and I'll wear it on the next show because Howie Roseman is the worst GM of all time. And if you disagree with me, I want to hear your take because that would probably be the worst take of all time. So yeah, Howie Roseman, worst GM ever. I would literally have Trevor running this team than Howie Roseman. And that's pretty much all I have to say on that because I'm about out.
At least I would actually watch college football, like the important conferences like the SEC, Big 12, Pac-12, the bounce house covered, and the Big 10. Like I know where to find an offensive lineman at. You go to Wisconsin, you build offensive linemen on trees.
Yeah.
And you find a linebacker in Alabama or like maybe Oklahoma for once.
You can even get offensive linemen in the SEC. You know where they are.
I know, but look at the history. You got Joe Thomas leading the way of Wisconsin and a few other people like Kevin Zeitler. So there's a good trend in there. So
yeah, we also could have had Patrick Queen out of LSU at number 21. We picked Jalen Reagor. I love Jalen Reagor. Got injured already. And yeah, I mean, Zom's texted me.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, Zom's texted me. He's like, "Oh, great pick, Kyle. You were right. Bust." And I'm like, "Shut up, Zom."
Just because someone gets injured does not mean they're a bust.
No, he thinks they are. So
do you want a little factoid about the Bengals whenever they play like after like a Thursday night football like mini bye?
Sure.
Okay. So the Bengals have lost their last 8 games coming off a bye or a Thursday night mini bye. Do you want to know the last time they won off a bye?
When's the last time they won off a bye, Trevor?
2015 versus Steelers. The famous Vontaze Burfict broke Le'Veon Bell's leg.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Huh. That wasn't in the back of my mind. I can't believe that. Yeah, I mean, to me, I'm not gonna lie. That stat means absolutely nothing to me.
I know. It's true history about the Bengals.
I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just this Bengals team just got the number 1 pick overall. And
you go on Jeopardy, and that's like the daily double question. You'll be happy Trevor told you. Okay.
right.
I'm just helping you guys out because it's like the Bengals are horrible off the Thursday night football. Bye.
Yeah.
Stump Swab. Let's go. Stump to Trevor.
Yeah.
So
Zach, what are the keys to the game today? Like, who do you want to see ball out for the Philadelphia Eagles this week? I personally want to see Fletcher Cox ball out. I don't give a fuck about the quarterback anymore. I really don't. I want to see the guy we're paying $100 million on the other side of the ball to get to the quarterback and sack him 5 fucking times and push him into the ground, leave a divot into the grass. That's what I want to see. What do you want to see?
On the defensive side of the ball, I think you nailed it right on the head. I want to see a combination of the three-headed monsters. Malik Jackson, Javon Hargrave, Fletcher Cox. Yeah. One of those three need to get after the quarterback. Those are 3 number 1 defensive tackles. At least one of them should be getting to the quarterback. As far as the back end, communication. You saw last game, I know you guys hate the linebackers. The linebackers are definitely garbage, but communication can at least help a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. You've seen too often Rodney McLeod and Jalen Mills back there chasing plays because these linebackers were lost. They didn't trust one another on the back end, and it showed huge in that game against Goff and Robert Woods and everybody doing the misdirections and everything. So communication for me is probably the number 1 key to the game. Number 2 is I want to see my 3-headed monster that, Howie went out to sign for Big Jim Schwartz. Now let's use them. And then on the offensive side of the ball, I know Miles Sanders had a great game last week, but to me, he left a lot of yards left on that field that he could have easily got if you hit the right holes. And I think, having no preseason and having no training camp for him because he was injured a lot of training.
Got rid of him immediately. Like, they have so much power there. The fans have so much power there. How are they not protesting for better recruits? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense to me.
The Browns owner?
Yeah, sure.
He's one of the biggest boosters for Tennessee football.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's why they're so bad.
I like the head coach they got there now. He had him rolling at the end of last year. Let's see if he can get something going earlier this year. It probably won't happen.
Dude, it's Tennessee. They haven't done anything since 1998.
They actually got a good recruiting class coming up. So
I've heard that for so many years, and I ain't buying it until something actually happens. Tennessee football to me is dead.
But this time they actually have a top 5 recruiting class.
Talk to me when they actually make an SEC title game or they beat Georgia, which I don't see happening.
Or if they beat Alabama.
Or if they beat the Eagles. Because the Eagles suck.
That is true. The Eagles do suck. You could put like a varsity team out there and the Eagles will still lose. I have a better question.
Yeah.
Can we go back to what doctors did Chip Kelly have?
Oh, well, he had the sports smoothies. That's why he had everyone.
Can we get those back?
I would love to.
Because we can actually stay healthy.
Doug doesn't believe in that.
Doug's a fucking rockhead.
Yeah, I mean, say what you want about Doug Peterson, but I can't diss the guy. He brought us that Super Bowl. I can't diss him. Now I can diss Howie Roseman because the guy, to me, isn't getting any credit for that Super Bowl whatsoever. I don't give a fuck what people say. Howie Roseman had Joe Douglas right next to him, picking for him, and Howie Roseman was discussing the cap with him. That's all he did. All right? He's not getting any credit from me. Ever. He sucks. But, hey, we all have opinions. Doesn't mean
what's the possible if Howie Roseman does get fired, if Jeffrey Lurie has the balls, who do we see him bringing in? if Jeffrey Lurie has the balls to fire him.
I mean, isn't it anyone's dream to be a GM in the National Football League? Like, can't they get somebody from college or somebody around the league that's been there for years?
Like, I would personally like to see Ryan Pace. I know he's like blah with the Bears, but I feel like he'd do a better job with the Eagles.
Yeah, I wanted Joe Douglas to pick up Howie's scraps and kick Howie Roseman out and Joe Douglas take over. That's what I wanted. But I can't go where I want because I'm a fucking Philadelphia sports fan and we can never do anything right.
No, we just have mismanagement to the fullest.
Yeah, for every sport. All right, so Bob the Cowboys fan says Hurts is the next McNabb. Disagree. I think Hurts stinks, but until we see him on the field, everyone will say, how can you say that? Oh, we're getting a phone call.
God.
Zach, is that a phone call?
Fly Like an Eagle podcast. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
We're going to be the worst day in fucking football! I can't believe it!
Is that Zach?
Not fucking believe it! This is fucking unbelievable.
Is that Cop Bizzle?
No, what's his name?
He didn't say. He just went in.
All right. So basically, he said that this team fucking sucks, and yeah. All
That
right.
sounds like a Cop Bizzle video.
Listen, I'll take it. I'll take it. Listen, hey, he was obviously fired up. Whoever that was, thanks for the call-in. You know,
Love it.
I didn't really hear a word he said, but I mean, I'll take it.
Fucking.
Yeah, fuck this.
I
Fuck
think he
you
might
guys.
have said, my son used a bicycle as a weapon. I don't know what happened there.
That was fun. But yeah, anyone else want to call in? Go for it. You know, we got our first call of the night. We didn't hear much of it. It's kind of gibberish, no name, but yeah, it's good times. But yeah, going back to that comment, Hurts is the next McNabb. No, Hurts is nah, he's not the next McNabb. Is that the first caller? Yeah, when you said we wouldn't have any callers, Bob, the Cowboys fan.
Hey, Bob, why don't you call in?
Hey, Bob, call in. By the way, we got a $9.99 super chat here on the Fly Like an Eagle podcast. Even if Hurts can be something, do you guys think this guy's trust his coaching staff? I don't really know what you mean by that. I got to reread that comment. What do you think he means by that?
Do you trust if Jalen Hurts is the starting quarterback? Do you trust the coaching staff at all?
Do I trust the coaching staff?
Do you think they'll change it all? Like how when like Nick Foles was in the QB,
yeah.
they called a completely different array, and he thrived.
Well,
do you see that?
Well, here's the thing, all right? I think the way Doug coaches a quarterback, I think Carson Wentz is the wrong fit for his offense. So if that makes sense, if you could put Jalen Hurts in there and he comes up with some miracle skill set, I think he could thrive with Doug Peterson. Yeah, but the thing is, Jalen Hurts isn't an NFL quarterback. Nick Foles is an NFL quarterback, and people like to bash him all the time. When Jalen Hurts goes in there, you're going to see that he's not a professional quarterback, and he wouldn't thrive in any offense. He's a gadget player. So, yeah, I trust the coaching staff with a guy like Jalen Hurts if he had talent, but I don't. So
if you're talking about Jalen Hurts with a Sean McVay or a Cliff Kingsbury, then yeah, but you're talking about Dougie P, where his offense over the last couple of years since Frank Wright left is kind of gone stale, and for whatever reason it may be, now you got too many cooks in the kitchen and nobody knows what's going on the offensive side of the ball. I think it's causing Carson Wentz to second guess himself, and we're seeing the payment of that where he's throwing interceptions when he's never really done that. He's putting the ball on the ground. He's throwing into double coverage. He's not throwing to the open man because he's thinking the guy over the top's going to intercept it. He's just thinking too much. And when you think and don't play, that's when mistakes happen. That's when you play your worst football. And I think he needs to get back to simplifying the playbook, get Carson in a rhythm, give him some layups, get him some passes out the backfield, get him some slot passes, get him something to get him going, because Carson's a rhythm passer. Once he gets in his groove, he's one of the more unstoppable quarterbacks when he's in his groove.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is we haven't got him in his groove yet.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, but thing is, like, still waiting.
It's got to happen. That's it. It's got to happen. And you know
what happened?
What solves everything? Winning. So once they start winning, it will start to solve things.
Zach, will it happen? Like, seriously. Because I've been waiting for it to happen since 2017. Yeah.
Well, the problem is we saw it towards the end of last year. I thought maybe, this was the start of something, but then they bring in all these offensive minds. It doesn't matter who they played. I don't care that they played.
We saw the same exact Carson Wentz last year that we saw in 2017 against a team like the Denver Broncos. That was the same guy. I don't care if we won the games. I don't care if he brought us back when we won 17-9 against the Cowboys. I don't care. You're going to tell me the same guy from last year was the same guy from 2017 who would have won MVP. The same skill sets? Are you really going to say that? I know the stats were kind of flashy on paper because he threw to garbage men. I understand that. But if you look at the big picture, was that guy the same as the guy in 2017? No, he wasn't.
That wasn't what you asked, though. You were waiting for him to come back. That was him.
Yes, I'm waiting for him to come back, but you said we saw flashes of that last year. We didn't.
We did.
We didn't.
You care about the dub or do you care about stats? I care about the Ducks. I don't know about
four trash teams.
It doesn't matter. They're still NFL teams. You can only play who's
Are
on.
they?
They are NFL teams.
But the one team, the Giants.
One team is not an NFL team because they are now the Washington football team and not the Washington racial slurs. So I'll give you that. One of them is not a NFL team. So I apologize there. But it doesn't matter. You can only play who's on your schedule. Should they had their back against the wall? Absolutely not. They were 5-7. They shouldn't have made the playoffs. They went on a run. But we need to see that now. We can't see that fucking 4 games till the end of the season. We need to see that now. We need to see the turnaround. And I think with this Bengals defense and Carson getting all this bashing, hopefully he starts to come in his own against a defense that gives up a lot of running yards and gives up some big plays on the passing game. So hopefully it can get him going. Not saying it will. I'm hoping it does.
Oh my God.
I hope don't watch the games. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, bro. I went to that Redskins game last year when they were the Redskins. They retired the name this year. He threw it to Greg Ward. It was a good pass. I understand it, but he's not the same guy he was in 2017. That was not the same guy. But I like the conversation. All right, I just don't see it. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll disagree on that one. But we see some things in the comment section.
Did Dak Prescott win? Did he ever play like Carson Wentz in 2017? Dak Prescott does win.
Well, Dak Prescott played great in 2016, and then we never really saw him again after that. So, but he's also a 4th-round pick. He's a 4th-round pick.
An offensive playbook.
Yeah, he's a 4th-round pick.
Matter where you're drafted.
Yeah, kind of. 2020 vision. Wentz's record is 14-16, and if you take out the dumpster fire Giants in Washington, Wentz is 6-14. 6 wins in 20 games against teams who ain't a dumpster fire. Yeah, I mean, speaks for itself. Last year at the end of the schedule, we were down 17-3 at home in the rain against the New York Giants, who were on pace to win 2 fucking games that year against the guy that was already retired. He just had to play because they were giving Daniel Jones a night off. I was there. It was embarrassing. And we come back and win that game, and you have Zomp shouting at me, "We came back and you keep dissing this guy." The team sucked, and we were down 17-3 at halftime.
Wasn't I pissed during that game as well?
Yes. I was more than pissed.
Yeah, it just showed like the whole. I think we said something to our boy, my favorite radio host Dan Silly, that we need to fire everybody. So,
yeah.
And I think this is what's gonna happen. If we don't make the playoffs, I feel like how Seattle like cleaned house everybody, but they kept the head coach.
Mm-hmm. I
feel that could happen. Is that's how like Seattle got their shit together again?
Yeah, but Seattle has a really good football coach.
I know.
I don't like Pete Carroll. I think he's a weasel. I think he looks like a fucking rat. But the thing is Pete Carroll he's a very good football coach. And Doug Peterson, you can say what you want about him. I say that he won us a Super Bowl, and I can't really bash him. But if I'm going to bash him, I'm going to say that his biggest problem is consistency. That's his biggest problem. Like, he shows up in big games when he coaches a big game with his right pieces. But when it's the regular season, he kind of looks average at times. He does. So, I mean,
I personally think he's like waiting for like if Chicago goes horrendously bad, which I don't think they're gonna do. If Nagy gets fired with pace, I wouldn't be surprised if Doug Peterson brings in his former Kansas City Chiefs coordinator or QB coach Matt Nagy in to help out the squad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did that.
Was Zach shaking his head? What is Zach thinking? Let's go back to Zachy.
No, I'm just looking at the comments.
Oh, yeah? The comments are
not like Vic. Stop the Cowboy
Vic
Vic.
is not like Vic at all.
Yeah, well, Vic's a little bit faster than Dak.
Bob, the Cowboys fan, get your head out of your ass. And you got to answer my question. Who throws a better deep ball, Drew Henson or Quincy Carter?
Yeah, he asked you a question.
I'm waiting.
But yeah, Rockley actually brings up a good point. He's like, if you're new to the pod, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. Either if you're on Facebook, hit the page like. If you're on YouTube, click the subscribe to the channel. And keep coming back for more. This is our 3rd podcast of the season. And the post games are even better, honestly. We've had 2 post games so far, and they generated massive amounts of views because we argue like a fuck ton, especially me and Zomp last Sunday. Forget about it. And King wants to call in. I'm going to throw the number. Wait, what?
Throw that number back. Thank you, Bob, for answering your question. About time.
All right, so there's the number, King. If you want to call in and just tell Zach your name and subject and what you want to call in for. And then anyone else can call in. Dak is better than Vic. Mark Holmes says Dak is great.
Who's Mark Holmes?
He's a YouTuber. He's Dallas Cowboys YouTuber.
Congratulations, Marks.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Yeah. Besides,
Nate Studfeld is the best. There we go. I'm on
Dak
YouTube.
Dak is the best game manager of all time. Okay. It's your opinion. You have a right to one. Doesn't make it right.
You know he's gonna get $40 million by some team, and he's gonna suck. I can't wait.
He's not gonna get it from Dallas.
Oh, I know. I've said that. Like I've said this for a long time.
Yeah.
Dak's gonna get $40 million. I think most likely the Bears are gonna move on from Trubisky. He's gonna get paid a nice amount of money. I wouldn't be surprised if Dak goes to Chicago.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, probably Miami if Tua doesn't want to play.
Yeah, maybe. We have Conley here. Wentz played well at the end of last year, but wasn't 2017 level. That's my point. Me personally thinks he doesn't need to play at MVP level to win us games. Just has to play above average, which is true, but he hasn't played above average. Like he's played
like a horrible quarterback.
Yeah, he's played.
Not to bring up names.
Yeah.
Would I
rather watch the Eagles game or play golf? I hate golf, and I'm saying this. I'd rather play golf. Like at this point, I'd rather play golf. And I hate.
Is it supposed to be like 80 this weekend?
I don't even know. I mean, the weather is so bipolar right now. Like some nights it's 65, some nights it's 50, 52. Like then it goes up to 80. It's so bipolar. But
if it's 80, I would I'll say fuck the Eagle game. Go to the shore for last time.
Yeah,
that's like I may do that.
Yeah, it's crazy because around the areas they're actually starting to open up haunted attractions around the area. And I don't know how they're going to do that because you have to wear the mask and stuff, and people in costumes are already hot as balls in that costume already. So I mean, I don't know how they're going to do that.
But shout out to Indiana for go to stage 5 and say like let's fucking get going. So I'd give my proud out to Indiana. Yeah, let's get country back already.
Yeah, but Indiana, I was telling you before the pre-show, that is interesting. They said they're still going to wear masks. But the thing about Indiana is, there's nothing to do out there. It's literally Hickville. And,
Not really.
Yeah, but
you got Indianapolis and Bloomington. Bloomington's the party city.
Yeah, but it's a country. It's a college university. It's a university. I mean, that's literally all you have to do out there is just
drink, party, go to Indy, or you're good.
Yeah, exactly. Chrono Cowboy, if the Eagles are struggling, would you trade Zach Ertz at the deadline? I want to trade Zach Ertz right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I've said that the last year. I mean, I feel like if you move on from Zach Ertz, you get rid of Carson Wentz's first read, who literally falls down. He doesn't block. And he's not a big play target, and I would get rid of him for assets, but we're not going to do that because we have the worst GM in all the sports. So I would call him, but my grandma doesn't want me to. Good to know. What are you? 12?
We don't want you to either.
Yeah. Come on, Bob. Tell grandma to shove it.
Wait, Bob, are you 12?
Your face, grandma.
Yeah. Bob.
Practical Joker style. Shut your face, grandma.
See, I'm gonna think this Bob person's a kid, and I'm not gonna curse. Bob, tell your grandmother that you need to call in and say what you gotta say because you're smack talking a ton of Eagles fans right now. All right.
And
so call in, be a man.
Just great these first.
Say, hey, grandma, why don't you?
That's when you go to the garage and you make your phone call.
There you go. Grandma, I need some me time.
Yeah, he's Bob from Bogs Be Gone. I don't even know what that means. Do you think Alshon Jeffrey will make a difference when he comes back? I do. I mean, it all depends if Carson Wentz wants to throw right to him and not 10 yards above him. So, I mean, yeah, I think he can. Any late breakouts for the Eagles you see happening? Hightower, Chris Watkins, Alshon making a comeback, etc. I would love to see Cox do something. I mean, nobody wants to talk about Fletcher Cox. I would love to see him make at least a pressure, I am 48 and live with my grandma. Yeah. I mean, just call in. All right, just call in. But yeah, as for breakouts, no, I mean,
can the Eagles cover? That's the better question.
Can the Eagles cover the 4.5?
That's the real important question. They haven't been able to do diddly poo for the gamblers who are betting the Eagles. Like my buddy did. I told him you're fucking stupid for doing that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, stay away from the Eagles like at all times. Like, go money line at least. But no,
Money line.
They can't do anything. Like,
how's my Dolphins doing?
How's your Dolphins doing? I'll check that out.
They're up right now. Gesicki has a touchdown, so it's like 21-7.
Waiting for Patrick to have that Fitzmagic moment, and I picked Thursday night to do it.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's funny. Fitzpatrick's been everywhere, and he's not been like he's on all the AFC East teams except for the Patriots. That's kind of funny, actually.
Hey, you never know. There's always next year.
Don't say that.
Yeah, this is actually a good one. What is really alarming about Carson is when things are going bad for him, a good QB will make that one play to give him life to turn it around. But Carson can't do that. He completely shuts down. The thing about Carson Wentz is he has a very fragile mind. Someone brought up to me, it's like, do you think the statue of Nick Foles and Doug Peterson bothers him? And I'm like, it kind of looks like it. Yeah, it kind of looks like it because the guy plays like a bitch. You know, he doesn't play like he did in 2017. He doesn't play with that command. Like, he doesn't have the leadership anymore. He literally said, Jake Elliott, I'll give you the game check if you nail this 61-yarder against the Giants. And now he's going to make him pay him back because that's the kind of leadership he brings. You know, he's not a leader anymore. He's like, you remember that game check I gave you? Well, can I have that back? I got to go hunting. That's pretty much it.
I'll say this. He needs to put down the hunting gear. He needs to stop having sex. He needs to stop doing the.
That's a problem.
He needs to stop the Bible verse. He needs to put up the playbook, the playbook clicker that you see in the room, and be stuck in there for a long time. Know what his fucking mistakes are.
Yeah. You just brought up a great point, Trevor. You brought up a great point. Ever since this man has gotten laid, he hasn't been the same. You brought up a great point. Ever since he got married, he has not been the same player. It's a good point. What is it?
I'm not going to answer that. I got a wife at home. I ain't going to answer that.
Yeah, you're not getting paid $109 million either. Jim needs press receivers more. Give the D-line more time. I mean, we live and breathe off of our D-line, and they look like doggy do. So,
you see what Jim said the other day? He had to dumb down what he does on defense because of all these mistakes he has all on the field. Like, he didn't want to say it that way, but that's basically what he was saying. We simplified the defense. You know what it means when you simplify the defense? It means nobody's communicating with everybody. We all suck, and we need to simplify it so we all understand.
I'm gonna have to lower this.
Is it Bob?
Yeah, Bob.
Fly Like an Eagle podcast. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, how's it going? My name is Drew. I'm from California.
What's up, Joe?
What up, yo?
I just wanted to say what's up to you guys. You guys already know this team fucking sucks. So I've been following Nitro Freak on Twitter for a while, and I've seen his tweets about tanking and stuff. And to be honest with you, I 100% agree because our fucking general manager is a puny bitch, and he needs to be gone. And that's just fact. They need to get rid of, Howie Roseman because he keeps making the same fucking mistakes. He hasn't drafted well most of the time he's been here. And they need to hire an offensive coordinator because Doug cannot call plays for shit. And he doesn't know how to mix it up. He doesn't know how to have a balanced offense or anything like that. I'm just tired of seeing the same fucking shit every week. And yeah, it was me that called earlier. I played a Cop Hizzle clip from 3 years ago when they were 0-5, the New York Giants. Because that's how I fucking feel right now. This team might not win a fucking game this year. I'm not even kidding, guys. This team fucking sucks. Yeah. And they're old and boring.
You nailed it. Literally.
I appreciate the Cop Bizzle, the video clip because there's some that's treasure gold right there, whatever he says. So I got to give you props for that. Can I get a round of applause for that?
Yeah, that was good, Drew. Drew, thank you for the call so much, and thank you for obviously following me on Twitter. But the thing about this team is, as pessimistic as I want to be on the Philadelphia Eagles right now, I just don't see them losing to the Bengals this week. I don't see it. As much as I want to tank and as much as I want to go get Trevor Lawrence, because I want Trevor Lawrence more than anybody. I feel like the Jets are just much worse than us, and I feel like they're going to go probably 1-15. So at this point, if we're going to lose as many games as we possibly can, we could go 3-13 and get Jamar Chase. That's just how I see it.
You're running back or a wideout?
He's a wideout. Jamar Chase is from LSU. And we got another phone call.
Rack that guy. Rack him up.
Like an Eagle podcast. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, I lost you guys there. I don't know what happened. I was
That's all right.
already on the line.
Yeah, Drew.
Yeah, so you just telling me that you weren't really pessimistic about this week, and I agree. But it's ironic because I don't know if you were being sarcastic, but I saw you on Twitter. You were like, "Oh, betting the Eagles to even score a touchdown this week. Who knows? It's risky."
I was being
I mean, it just looked horrible.
Yeah. I was being really sarcastic. I mean, if the Eagles don't score a touchdown against one of the worst teams in football, you might as well just fire everybody. That's easy.
Yeah. It's horrible this year, man. I don't even know. This team looks like 2016. Actually, it looks a little bit like 2015, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I'll give you 2015. And
I mean, what'd you say? Go ahead.
I'll give you 2015. I'll also throw in 2012 as well. This roster sucks.
Yeah, they need to make changes, man. They can't have Doug calling the plays. I miss Frank Reich so much, and Joe Douglas, like you guys are talking about. They don't realize how big of a role he played. Howie Roseman fucking sucks.
Yeah,
like Nitro says, he's a puny bitch. He gets shoved into lockers. They need to get fucking rid of him. I'm tired of him. Every time he has the most punchable face I've ever seen, too. I'm just tired of dealing with this fucking dwarf. He doesn't know how to draft. He drafts like shit. And he misses on everything. Everything, bro. When's the last time we drafted well?
I will say Joe Banner, at least.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm going to say Joe Banner. I will say maybe 2000. I'll say 2008.
When was the year we got Jordan Hicks?
Probably 20. Fuck. Is he 15 at least?
Jordan Hicks was in the third round.
Yeah, and I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time or anything, but Wentz, he's looked really bad as well. And I'm telling you, like last year was kind of like my final year for him, where I was like, if you don't, win a playoff game this year or such and such, I don't know, I'm ready to move on. But then of course he got a concussion. Everyone's like, oh, we can't blame Wentz, and now everyone wants to criticize him and shit. And when last year they were literally sucking his dick. But this year, in my honest opinion, this year, if he cannot, lead us to a playoff victory, if he can't, if he keeps playing like this, first of all, he's going to get benched, and that's simple as that. But if he can't, produce this year, I'm ready to move on. Maybe not to Jalen Hurts because I know he sucks, but maybe in the future we need to draft another quarterback or something. I just wish we never let go of Foles. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I hear you, dog. I think a benching is needed. I kind of like that. I think a benching is a needed. Gets your fucking. It's a wake up call. It worked for McNabb in 08. Like
definitely.
I think the benching is needed. If they lose to the Bengals, you should bench his ass for the whole rest of the fucking second half.
Yeah, but you guys know the big problem though. If you bench him,
I know.
If you bench him and Jalen Hurts turns into a stud, all right, how are you going to go back to Carson Wentz and you're paying him $109 guaranteed?
You eat that.
You eat all that.
You find someone to trade partner with. Listen, hey,
you're going to take that.
The NFL, you need a quarterback. There's teams who need quarterbacks. Go look at Chicago. They're trying to get Mitch Trubisky out of there. They didn't even give him the fifth-year option.
Yeah, because he saw Folsey behind his shoulder and he plays like an all-star.
Yeah, he's got more touchdowns than fucking Wentz right now.
Mm-hmm. That's how it works.
And less interceptions.
Yeah, what's up?
Can I ask you guys something? Is Wentz versus Dak still a debate? And I know you're really going to want to say something about this.
Fire away. We take all. We
All right,
take it all.
So this is how I see it. All right. Do I think Dak's a good quarterback? Yes, I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's anywhere near the elite level. Do I think that Carson Wentz on his best game is way better than Dak? Yes, but he's far away from his best game. So right now, I kind of think, yes, it's a debate right now because both quarterbacks, when playing on par, are kind of the same. If you're looking at head-to-head, they're kind of the same. Now, if you get Wentz from 2017, if you get Wentz from 2017, it's game over. You know, it's not even close. But right now, yeah, it's a debate right now.
Well, it's funny because right now there's still delusional fans who act as if Wentz is so much more far ahead than Dak. When Dak has a playoff win and Wentz doesn't right now, and that's what pisses me off is that, you know, we're talking about talent, but we're not looking at the numbers. And Wentz is all about, you know, oh, he's a talent guy, he's a skill guy, he's a show off, he's a big play guy, he wants to do it all himself, you know, like against Washington, fucking backpedaling, you know, throw the fucking ball away. You know, stop fucking trying to be Superman. Stop trying to, you know, save the fucking world. You know, we just need to win the game. It's simple as that. We're up by 3 scores. You know, you need to put the game away. And the worst thing you can do is give the ball back to Washington, give them life. The Washington fucking football team, I guess that's what they're called now. You know, so
I still call them the Redskins.
Yeah, fucking Redskins. Like that's just, it was. First, that was the stupidest thing that ever, but, you know, that's a whole nother discussion. But, you know, when making simple mistakes like that in his 5th year, it really shows me that he has not grown that much. And I'll be honest with you guys. These mistakes I'm seeing, it looks like 2016. I'm not even kidding. Like, it looks to me the same. He looks like the same guy right now as he did, you know, in like week 6 of 2016 after the 3-0 start where he was like on fire and all that. You know, once he started losing to the Lions, failing passes, fucking, you know, getting intercepted every game, you know, multiple times a game, turning the ball over, can't hold on to the football, shit like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It's something that, you know, I wanted to be wrong over because the last 2.5 years, I think you've pretty much saw on my Twitter and YouTube that I've pretty much not been the most optimistic person when it comes to Carson Wentz. And I've wanted to be wrong for years. I have, but this guy's showing me nothing to where I could say, oh, I was wrong. This guy's going back to his elite ways. He's not even showing end of the year type play of last year right now. And I didn't even think he was that great then.
No.
So
I know, man. It's really a shame, you know. But you know, hey, shout out to you guys. Fuck 4th and John, you know. Fuck Philly Mike and all those guys. I love what you guys are doing. I think you guys have a lot of potential. You guys are, you know, a group of great guys. I love watching you guys every week, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.
Thank you so much for the call, Drew.
Thanks, Drew.
Thanks, man. You rock.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, from his mouth to your ears. That was a great call from Drew.
Give a round of applause bit for that.
That was a phenomenal call. He brought up a lot of good points. A lot of good points. With that being said, this show went by extremely quick. We have 3 minutes left. All right, we're going to get to our score predictions, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. We had 2 calls tonight, both from the same guy. First, it was a Cop Pizzle clip, and then he gave us a great call. So thanks for Jude for calling. But, yeah, we're going to get to score predictions. Zach, you want to give us a score prediction, and what do the Eagles need to do to beat the Cincinnati Bengals?
We're on to Cincinnati.
24-20. Eagles. Okay. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I already broke down the game. I'm not doing it again. On to Cincinnati. Just like the Patriots did after getting blown out by the Kansas City Chiefs. They were 2-2 going into that game against Cincinnati. They turned it around. They ended up winning in the Super Bowl. Not saying the Eagles are going to turn around and win a Super Bowl, but if you're going to turn around the season, it starts with this game right here.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the Bengals in this one. We haven't beat them since 2000, so I'm taking the Bengals. I don't care. I'm not trying to reverse jinx it. I'm gonna take the Bengals. I think Burrow's gonna shred this defense apart.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to take. This might shock some of you. I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles this week. I am going to take them with a score 31-17. I think the Philadelphia Eagles come to play this week. I think the Philadelphia Eagles know that the Bengals aren't a good football team. They're not going against the Rams where mistakes will be costly. They don't have Tyler fucking Higbee to go 3 touchdowns on them.
Hey, my fantasy team benefit from that. That's the only thing that helped me for that.
Yeah, they have playmakers. They have Boyd and they have Washed Up Green. I understand that. But this week, I don't think it'll matter. I think Philly goes 1-2 this week. And then my tanking season will be on hold for at least another week.
Oh, I have the tank on Dream Free. Don't worry. That's why I took the Bengals this week.
Yeah. All right. So 0-3, you got it. And then who do we beat after that, Trevor?
They'll pull our heart out and they'll beat the Niners. Watch that.
Well, the Niners are kind of like injured right now.
Think about it.
Nick Mullins. Come on,
Yeah.
Nick Mullins.
And the Giants are only a 4-point underdog this week. It's weird.
Without Saquon.
Yeah, without Saquon. Well, they did bring Devontae.
With Devonta Freeman. Bubba of 30-17 Bengals. I'll take that score.
Oh fuck! Oh man. If it's 30-17 Bengals, I think they're gonna fire at least 5 people this week.
You think does Jeffrey Lurie still have his balls still?
No.
Will he fire anyone now? He's not.
No.
I'll if it's 30-17, I will flip over the Chicago Bears Atlanta Falcons game because that seems way more entertaining.
Yeah. All right. Damn, that would suck. All right, with that being said, we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week's edition of Fly Like an Eagle podcast. Week 3 against Cincinnati Bengals. Check out Trevor on the Upper Bowl podcast. He's putting up a show tonight, I believe.
We put it up. I will promote it right now. We put up the show last night. iTunes is being a bitch right now, so go to the Spotify account. We guessed the lines. We talked about Billy Donovan going to the Chicago Bulls. Bulls are back. I actually predicted you'll go to the Bulls, so
yep.
Pat on my back, and we talk about the lines and stuff. And my bets this week do not look hot right now. So,
and as for us, we are on every single platform. We're on Spotify, newly added iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Google Play, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. We are literally fucking everywhere, and we started in April. So we are looking to not only be the best Eagles podcast on the internet, but one of the best podcasts in general. And I feel like with the phone calls coming in already, thanks to our man Zach over there, I feel like we're ahead of schedule. So with that being said, you guys are the absolute best comment section there is. Thanks for the call in, Drew, tonight. And we're out. Fly, let's go Birds, and they're gonna win this week. I'm feeling it.
go Bengals. Who dey?